I guess that you've probably watched other YouTube videos which show how Sony is losing it, especially with many analysts predicting the prices of the PS5 console to be higher than that of the Xbox Series console. Also with PS4 losing major exclusive titles which include Yakuza Like a Dragon to Xbox Series 1. Does it show that Sony is losing it? Anyway, now that we know the list of specifications for both PS5 and Xbox Series X, many gamers are super excited, and so do I for both consoles. Microsoft has already showed us some of the great gameplays for the Xbox Series X, and Sony's approach to showing off their beast has been so secretive and cryptic. However, in this video, I'm gonna show you 10 ways how Sony is gonna crush Microsoft and change video gaming forever. And if that sounds interesting, let's just get started. And number 10 on the list, we have an amazing controller with amazing features. Well, if you've been a Sony fan for a long time, you probably know how Sony never wanted to tamper with the design of their controller. So, it has been the DualShock from PS1 to PS2 to PS3, and when the PS4 was released, that's when we got to see a new DualShock 4 with some subtle yet meaningful changes, and this was way more different from the PS2 controllers which we are used to see. I won't lie, I'm gonna be honest here, I never liked the DualShock 4 for real. They could get spoiled easily, and I still use the PS2 controllers on my both PS3 and PS4, but that's according to me. Anyway, Sony has improved a lot with the DualSense, which is the PS5 controller. Sony has added a new create button which is going to make capturing, editing and sharing content more easy and efficient. And now this is gonna make streaming of video content very easy for both YouTube gamers and Twitch streamers. Also, an inbuilt microphone which will allow gamers to chat without headphones online has been added, and the most important of all those is that they added an intricate haptic feedback system. Now recently I got some time to use the Xbox One's haptic triggers, and trust me, it really boosts the immersion and believable reaction to the ongoing screen action. And with Sony getting this haptic feedback system, expect it to be 10 times better than that of the Xbox One. Going to number 9 on the list, I have the Ultra HD Blu-ray drives. Blu-ray drive was a PS3 success, and that's why Sony continued to omit a 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray drive. And I think Sony was ahead of the curve and just knew that 4K was the next big thing. If you go out there and you ask how many gamers don't like 4K content, the answer would be nobody. Everyone loves sweet 4K content on media. Honestly, the truth will be none of them. The only question that we should be asking right now is that the amount of internet bandwidth which will be needed or required to stream and download such sweet content. Anyway, this Ultra HD Blu-ray drive is one of the few things that make PS5 to be prepared for Microsoft's Xbox Series X game console. Going to number 8 on the list, I have ray tracing on PS5. Now, in case you didn't know, ray tracing is a rendering technique which traces rays or paths of light as pixels in an image plane. And by ray tracing the path of light and what the light interacts with, you can assimilate far more realistic lighting and akin to what you might find outdoors. Sounds great, right? Anyway, ray tracing is important for many reasons, and not least that it allows something to be believable in intricately lit areas. It also takes care of reflections and ambient lighting. Now, I haven't seen this for myself, but according to what I have seen on YouTube through Xbox Series X gameplays events, of Minecraft and how worlds can look when ray tracing is on. It sounds so great that I'll need to see it for myself. And going to number 7 on the list, I have the future 8K compatibility at 60 frames per second standard. Yes, you heard me right, 8K on a gaming console. Yes, with 4K TVs becoming more and more popular, even right here in Africa, Sony is still targeting the next big thing, 8K at 60 frames per second. Though 8K TVs are so very expensive right now, and because of their amazing visual fidelity, and with time the demand of this console will be high. And I think Sony here is targeting a console which is gonna be cool even after 5 to 6 years from now. By the way, 8K just like 4K is gonna give game developers more to play with, increasing clarity and legibility in ways that enhance everything from readability of your HUD. Just imagine one thing, being able to see your enemies far from way more distances in Call of Duty. Just imagine that. And even though that it is not going to be for now that 8K is gonna be in place, you'll get a taste of it on Sony's PS5. Something everyone should appreciate, especially when you hear 60 frames per second in full HD. That sounds great. Number 6 on the list, I have 3D audio. Now, if you've ever owned a surround sound system and watched a movie which can get use of it, you probably have ever had an experience of Sony's Tempest engine 3D audio. Now just imagine this in Battlefield, when you can hear bullets where they come from, smashing off stuff, glasses breaking, all of that sounding real. Just know that it is not only gonna sound real but also loud. The PS5's 3D audio uses what was dubbed as Tempest engine, which means adding depth to audio elements in games. This is a big thing, trust me, because gaming nowadays rely on audio for spatial awareness right now. In recent game developments, we were used to an element getting louder as you approach it, and now imagine getting into a battlefield, enter into a room in a game, and be able to tell where every individual noise making object is without even seeing it. That sounds great, and in such huge respect to Sony, this is gonna add us gamers another sense and accessibility in the video game world. And going to number 5 on the list, I have backward compatibility. And this is one of the most amazing features Sony fans always wanted. Now I don't need to chip my PS4 console in order to install some software to allow me play my favorite PS2 and PS1 games, or even PS3. And since we've seen many video games being remaked, e.g. Final Fantasy VII, Gran Turismo, Crash the Bandicoot expected soon, I mean, who doesn't want to play the old games and have the experience they missed? I've recently just bought a PS1 console just to have that same experience, and now I don't have to do that anymore. Anyway, this move also means that you don't have to rebuy the games you already own to play them again. That means when you buy Ghost of Tsushima maybe on your PS4, you'll get a free patch to boost it when you play it on PS5. And also it means that the prices of the video games won't be so high for titles. So who doesn't want to play old video games, and who doesn't love free stuff? Number 4 on the list, I have a tailored voice assistant. And just imagine having a gaming assistant to talk to. Now I've seen so many gamers, especially those from UK, on the internet saying that they are not happy at this because they don't want to be listened to. They don't like the idea of PS5 listening to them, and they think it will be spying on them or something. Me, I can't judge the future, and I like new innovations, I won't lie. Besides that, I am an iPhone user. I'm always using Siri. Siri is always listening. Every person owns a smartphone right now with an assistant, so I don't care. And going to number 3 on the list, I have the next VR, which I think it was a very good success when Microsoft's Kinetic wasn't popular. The patent shows us that the VR shows that we could even see something very similar to that of something in the movie called Ready Player One, which was kind of my favorite movie last year, and that there is a skin you have to wear some sort of cloth, I think, that can even make it even look real or even feel real, maybe in a video game. And when you get punched or when you get a tackle when you're playing a football game, you can feel that in real life. I mean, that sounds great. Now, I have no much information about this, and but if that's true, that's very good for us in the VR community. Counting down to number 2 on the list, I have the SSD, and this is one of the biggest guns we have from the hardware perspective over the Xbox Series X. The internal solid state drive is an absolute game changer, and this is gonna make loading times faster to 0.1 second, and that way I won't be able to go to take a pee in order to wait for my game to load. Besides that, it is also gonna change the way games can be designed, so expect more life to the games. In addition, PS5 is gonna support external SSDs. Also, unlike Xbox Series X, which I heard they gonna have some sort of memory card thing, which I remember I used to see on PS2 and PS1, whereby we used to save video games on it. Anyway, using an external SSD and you get the same speeds of that of the one which comes with the console. I don't know how Sony is gonna make this, but I can't wait to see that magic. And counting down to number 1, Sony can still lead with exclusives. Yes, we lost Yakuza Like a Dragon to Xbox One as an exclusive, but I can assure you that Sony knows great game selections. Still, Sony has got huge great franchises as God of War, The Last of Us, Uncharted, Guitar Roman, etc. It's undeniable that they still got the great exclusives than Microsoft and Nintendo. Their games have strong story-based narrative experiences, and given the considerable tech bumps, this is gonna be awesome. But anyway, this is just the beginning of the console, and Microsoft is still silent. And feel free to share your thoughts in the comments, like which is gonna be your favorite console, and drop a like if you think this video was informative, and subscribe to my YouTube channel for more videos like this. And with that said, till next time, catch you guys in the next one. Bye bye, peace out.